Very warm greetings go out to our lecturer, Associate Professor Dr. Ho Chi Hee. We are Group 25 and we are comprised of four members, which are Lai Yuwen, Akash Singh, myself, Adani Farisha, and Marsha Esnaira. So we've come up with Buongiorno Cafe, which is an Italian fusion cafe serving Malaysian and Italian flavors alike. And this is to cater to the Malaysian taste buds. However, before we go on to establish what Buongiorno Cafe is, we first need to understand what management is and what an organization is. So, management is defined by Kinnicky and Williams in the ebook as the pursuit of organizational goals effectively and efficiently through the integration of work and people by means of planning, organizing, leading, and controlling the resources of an organization. So, basically, there are two very important keywords in this definition, which are effectivity and efficiency. So effectivity refers to what is done, whether or not someone is able to achieve the desired results, whether or not they are able to make the right decisions successfully to achieve the goals of the organization. However, efficiency refers to how it is done. So whether or not someone is able to wisely utilize resources such as people, money, and raw materials in an economical manner. Why economical? Because if you are able to utilize as little resources as possible to generate a large output, that is said to be efficient, and that leads to good management. So Amacom is of the view that management is the act of getting stuff done through other people and having them be done willingly. So we feel this is the best definition of management because we feel that it's applicable, that it is applicable in the 21st century. So there's an ongoing debate on whether management is a science or an art. Some are of the opinion that management is a science because it is based on hypotheses and conclusions, and based on management theories as well. However, we feel that management is an art, it's a difficult art, in fact, because employers are not able to understand the concepts or the train of thought of their employees in most situations, and therefore sometimes it's intangible for both parties. However, a good manager is able to understand the needs and wants of their employees and cater to them in order to ensure that there is good management in that firm. All right. So moving on to what Henry Fayol had to say about management. Now, Henry Fayol is someone who existed in the 19th and the 20th century. However, it is still applicable in the 21st century for very good reasons, which is his definition is to, his management is to forecast, plan, and organize, as well as command, coordinate, and to control. Now, if you are able to forecast something in the 21st century, your management skills are said to be excellent because you will lead to success, especially in today's pandemic, in today's day and age. We have the pandemic going for us, and if you're able to forecast what's going to happen, you are able to manage very well around the situation. You're able to plan for it and to organize and command, coordinate, and control, and that's considered good management. All right. So let's look at what Kuhn said to say. So Kuhn said that management is an art. Okay. So it aligns with what Amacom has to say of getting tasks done with people through formally organized groups, referring to organizations, where they are given the space to perform as individuals, simultaneously cooperating in the attainment of group and shared goals, all while optimizing efficiency. So basically, we see that efficiency is given emphasis here. However, effectivity is also stated through the shared goals here. All right. So let's look at what Malik has to say. Malik says that management is simply the profession of achieving or obtaining results. So this is very results based. So that leads to the effectivity segment of it. However, Body and Williams, although not being affiliated with each other, they are of the same opinion. Hence, we amalgamated both their definitions into management involves achievement through, by, or with others. All right. So let's look at levels of management. So there are many views on the management base, and basically they base themselves on vertical hierarchy. Okay. So we see in many organizations today that there's a vertical hierarchy, there is a chain of command, and there's authority within these organizations, and they are usually primarily made up of three components. There are three levels there, which are the top level, middle level, and lower level. Some say there are four, but we've included non-managerial employees under the lower level of management because we feel that they carry out the same functions. All right. So as you can see, this is the visual aid of vertical hierarchy. So all the tasks of the top managers, middle managers, and first line managers are included here. So top managers are supposed to set the objectives and direction of the firm and to plan around everything to see whether or not a certain market is penetrable. Middle managers are supposed to report to these top managers and oversee all the first line managers, as well as develop and implement activities and allocate resources. However, first line managers are supposed to supervise the employees and to coordinate activities on a day-to-day basis. Now, if we look at the roles per level, so the top roles are made up of like CEO, CMO, and whatnot. Middle managerial roles are made up of usually marketing manager, purchase sales manager, and whatnot. So these are a little bit more specific. However, it gets even more specific under low level where the jobs are only on a day-to-day basis, and they are specific to their roles only. For example, foreman, clerk, and whatnot, right? So we've already established levels of management. Now we go to summarize management. So basically, we know that management is crucial to all organizations. Without good management, day-to-day operations of an organization will not be able to be conducted efficiently and effectively. So we also know the 3 levels of management. All right. So let's move on to an organization. What is an organization? Kinnicky and Williams have defined an organization as a group of people who work together to achieve a specific purpose. So just now we talked about shared goals. So that is what an organization strives to achieve together. All right. So Kuntz and O'Donnell, however, have said that organization is the establishment of authority relationships with provision for coordination, both vertically and horizontally in the enterprise structure. So basically, Kuntz and O'Donnell have said that there is a vertical structure based on just now's, we saw the 3 levels of management is based on that, okay, based on the line of authority. And they've also mentioned that there is a horizontal structure, which is very informal, however, in our case, in the case of Buongiorno Cafe, but it does exist as a formal manner in most firms out there as well. Now, Spiegel has given a very wide angle of what an organization is by saying that it's a relationship among persons and factors within the enterprise, noting all factors of production must be coordinated in order to achieve the objectives of the organization. So Spiegel has said that in our case, the relationship among persons and factors, okay, so that means people in an organization, for example, employees and factors such as their objects need to work hand in hand to achieve the objectives of the organization. All right. So here we know that companies and organizations are made up of more than 2 people, okay, and they all need to work hand in hand to achieve the shared goals of the organization. Now, every organization has their own mission, vision, and values, as well as strategic priorities, which must be communicated clearly across all levels of management. So a mission is a common purpose, all right? Their purpose that they work towards, okay, in the form of a mission statement. So the mission statement gives them purpose. Their vision, however, is their long-term goal, what they feel that they want to strive to achieve later on in the long run, okay? And it's basically their priorities, what they prioritize. The strategic priorities, however, are a little bit more specific. One might say they are a combination of mission and vision to make it a little bit more specific. That's what some say, right? So where the goals and assignments present among the members as they work together to achieve the mission and vision. All right. So let's look at types of organizations. Now there are 3 types of organizations, which are for-profit, non-profit, and mutual benefit. So for-profit organizations are something that we see, which are very prevalent. Okay, we see them everywhere. And they are businesses which want to generate profit and to increase the wealth of the owner or shareholders. Non-profit organizations, however, are mostly charity-based or educational-based, and they do things for free. They don't want to generate profit. They want to ensure that they're helping other parties or parties of interest. And mutual benefit means that they are actually catering to the benefit of the members. All right, it could be either profit or non-profit, but they want to cater to the members. Okay, they are more concerned about improving the members' well-being. So, for example, sports clubs, homeowners associations, and whatnot. All right. So let's look at our organization now. We're going to analyze Buongiorno Cafe to see whether or not it can be proven as an organization. So based on Kinnicky and Williams' definition, Buongiorno Cafe is a group of people that work together to achieve their goals. They live up to their mission statement in order to achieve the vision for the future. So that's why we feel that Buongiorno Cafe qualifies to be considered an organization, and it is a for-profit organization as it generates profit to provide the best quality of food and services to its customers. So based on Spiegel's definition, Buongiorno Cafe is an organization where there's a relationship formed among persons and factors, persons being the employees and the managers, as well as the factors, which are like the ingredients, the venues, and whatnot. Okay, all the products that are served and so on and so forth. So all of this makes up the enterprise, which ensures that everything within the cafe are well coordinated, where we are able to provide for the customers and generate revenue. Kuntz and O'Donnell have said that there is a vertical and horizontal structure. So Buongiorno Cafe also operates on a vertical and horizontal structure, the vertical being a formal one and the horizontal one being an informal one. So that is all from me. I'll pass it to the next speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Akash, for the presentation on the introduction of the management and also the organization. Next, I would like to introduce about our company. Our company name is Bonjuno Cafe, and this is the logo of our company. The logo contains the name of our company, and also it is used to attract our customer in the future. Next, our cafe menu. This is the menu that shows the food that we are going to provide in the future for our customer. We provide some food like Italian cuisine, like local cuisine, desserts, hot drinks, and also some cool drinks. Okay. Next, our cafe's background. Our company name is Bonjuno Cafe. Bonjuno in Italian means good morning or hello, and it is used by Italian to greeting with other persons. Uh, about our product, we provide customers with the Italian cuisine and also some local foods. Our aim, we would like to let our customer feel like they are eating at the cafe in Italy when they visit our cafe. Our location, we are planning to open our shop at the ground floor of Aman Central Alota Kedah. Next, the vision and the mission of our company. The vision, to become the first choice of Malaysian when they are thinking of choosing an Italian-style cafe in Malaysia. Our mission is to provide our customers a place to relax, to gather with friends, and have a meal when they are starving. This is the 5 main objectives of our company. The first objective is to provide our customers with a high-quality Italian cuisine. Next, to serve our customers with our great effort to fulfill their satisfaction. And the third is to have a connected, friendly, and motivating workplace for our employees. And the next is to increase the reputation of our company in Malaysia. Finally, to maximize our company's profit and provide employment opportunities to the local workers. Next, the next session we will talking about the management function, including planning, organizing, controlling, and leading. I will pass this part to be presented by my group member. Thank you.
Okay, next, we move to the planning part. Planning is the function of management that includes setting goals and deciding a strategy for accomplishing those objectives. Okay. The first step is we need to have an environmental scanning. Planners should know all about the basic possibilities that may confront our organizations regarding monetary conditions, rivals, and clients. Planners should endeavor to figure future conditions. Next, planners should build up targets, which are articulation of what should be accomplished and when. Planners should then recognize elective plans for achieving objectives. After evaluating the different other options, planners should settle on the choices about the best blueprints for accomplish these objectives. The last one is planners should continually assess the accomplishment of their plans and make a restorative move when necessary. There are 3 types of planning, which are strategic planning, tactical planning, and operational planning. Next, we move to the goals and objectives of the cafe. Basically, our cafe have 3 goals, which are the first one is we want to pick up consumer satisfactions towards our dishes. The second one is we want to increase our monthly sales, and the last one is we want replenishing dishes and offering negligible service to improve the dining experience. There are 5 objectives of our cafe, which are the first one is we want to provide our customer with a high quality Italian foods. Next, we want to serve our customer with our great effort and to fulfill their satisfactions. The third one is we want to have a connected, friendly, and motivating workplace for our employees. Next, we want to increase the reputation of our cafe in Malaysia. The last one is we want to maximize cafe's profits and provide employment opportunities to local workers. For the strategic planning, we are using SWOT analysis so that we can know our strengths, our opportunity, our weaknesses, and threats. Okay, we move to the strengths first. Basically, our cafe have a clear vision, mission, objective, and goals, and we can ensure that our dishes is very delicious. And the last one is we are appointed professional designers to design our cafe so that it looks more aesthetic and attractive. Basically, our cafe have the opportunities, which is Malaysian Industrial Development Finance Berhad has implemented soft loan schemes for services sector in Malaysia for SMEs and other companies. There are weaknesses in our organizations, which are we are having insufficiency of chef who is good in cooking Italian food, so that I think we need to hire more chef who is good in cooking Italian food. Next, we have no online presence, which is it is hard to customer to find us through online since COVID-19, so people are using online. So I think we need to have online platforms so that people will know us and know how to find us in online platform. For the threats, we find out that there are many cafes nearby, so we need to make our cafe the best among the rest so that people will come to our cafe. Then we are quite worried with Malaysian taste because our cafe is the Italian concept. Next, we move to the organizing part. Organizing is the function of management that includes building up a hierarchical structure and dispensing human resources to guarantee the achievement of our objectives. In this part, there are organizing steps, which are the first one is design organizational structure, and the second one is grouping tasks into job, which is job design. Okay, we move to the first part, which is organizational structure. Organizational structure is the formal system of tasks and job reporting relationships that determines how employees use resources to achieve an organization's goal. For our cafe's organizational structure, we have Akash as CEO, we have Lai as Human Resource Manager, we have Adani as Marketing Manager, and the last one is we have Marsha as Operation Manager. And under all the managers, there are subordinates under them. It is to help them in order to do their job, so that all of us can achieve our goals and objectives.
Next is I'm going to present about leading. The meaning of leading is the skill of influencing people for a certain purpose or reason. Leading is creating for others to follow, also establishing corporate values and ethics, and transforming the way the organization does business in order to improve its effectiveness and efficiency. The three components make up the leading function is motivating employee, influencing employee, and forming effective group. The leading process helps the organization move toward the goals. Therefore, leader holds the most important role in an organization. The question is, what is the characteristic to be a leader? First, to be a leader, he or she must communicate a vision and rally others around their vision. Second is, a leader must establish corporate values, which is concern for employee, customer, environment, and quality of the product. Third is, a leader needs to promote corporate ethics, which is ethical behavior, includes an unfailing demand for honesty and insistence that everyone in the company gets treated fairly. A leader needs to focus on the workers as well in order for the business to keep running. for a long time. The leader must avoid any favoritism among the employee. Next is a leader must embrace change for the company thus business is more effective and efficient. The leader needs to be creative and innovative as he or she needs to find out how to achieve the objective. Last is a leader should stress accountability and responsibility, which the leader needs to be responsible if anything happens. Next is I'm going to talk about leadership style. There are three common leadership styles in leading, which is autocratic leadership, democratic leadership, and delegative leadership. Autocratic leadership is making the decision for the organization without discussion or consulting with others first, while delegative leadership is a group leader assigns project or assignment to their employee and give them free range to work. In our business, we practice democratic leadership and transformational leadership. Our leader choose to use democratic leadership style because we can discuss anything about the business together so that we can come out with the best solution and have everyone agree on it. Instead of that, we can feel the work environment as we keep on sharing ideas to improve the business. Therefore, our leader is value the group discussion and provide all information to us during the discussion. Why the transformational leadership style is because it focuses on clear communication, goal setting, and employee motivation. Transformational leadership values personal connection with the team, which this can increase company morale and retention. Next is controlling. Controlling can be defined as a function of ensuring that activities of an organization's worker are aimed toward the attainment of common goal and the worker is carried out as planned by the management. The role of the management of an organization is to ensure that the goals are accomplished as expected and on time. A manager needs to exercise effective influence over the employee's action in order to seek expected results from them. In other words, the meaning of control function can be interpreted as ensuring that activities are carried out in an organization accordance with the plan. In controlling, the manager of Burgener Cafe is manage the employees to achieve the goal. The manager would divide the tasks and make sure employees are doing well of the task. In case they are doing it wrong, the manager will correct them and tell the right way. The reason for the manager does this is because he wants to make sure the business can achieve the goal within the expected period. There are some features of controlling in management. First is, controlling is a dynamic process. When an employee fails to meet the standard of performance, a manager is compelled to take a different course of action. A manager should have the skill to choose how to respond to a certain situation. The second is, controlling is an end function because once the task is done, it comes into action. Before the work is assigned to the employee, the performance standards are decided, and once the task is finished, the performance of the employee is compared to the standard performance. If the performance of the employee is the same as standard performance, no action is required. Planning and controlling go hand in hand. It is not inaccurate to say that planning and controlling work together. In order to achieve the desired result, a manager is expected to prepare so that he can monitor the activities of employees. Controlling is a pervasive function because it cannot be escaped at any level of the management. All management is obligated to control at all levels. Controlling is looking forward. A manager is able to monitor an employee's performance by controlling the previous action. A manager keeps track of the performance of the employee so that when the time comes to compare the performance, follow-up can be performed.
Thank you everyone for the great presentation about the management function, which is planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. Before we end our presentation, please let me have a conclusion about this. In conclusion, having a good management inside a company is the only way for a company to success. With the principle of management, it works as a guideline for us to achieve Buongiorno Cafe vision, mission, and also the company objective. In the principle of management, there are four main functions of management, which are planning, organizing, leading, and controlling, that we are adapting to manage our cafe. We are hoping that our company can succeed easily without any obstacle with the using of those management functions. Here ends our presentation. Thank you.